Hello, I'm Rex Lita with Midday News. On Sunday, 11th of June, Malalawa police in Gulf Province, doing a routine roadblock, apprehended a young man from Tari transporting 4 blocks of marijuana. The drugs were packed in a bag and transported in a 30-seater PMV bus. The man in his 20s was arrested and formally charged by Gulf Provincial Police. Also reported another drug bust in Kikori involving 11 suspects, all from the Highlands region. The drug quantity is believed to be huge. Gulf Province have made arrangements for the man to be flown into Port Moresby this week. Member for Yalibu Pangia and former Prime Minister Peter ONeill has been charged by police with 3 counts of giving false evidence under oath during the Commission of Inquiry into the loan from the Union Bank of Switzerland acquired by Papua New Guinea when he was the Prime Minister. ONeill on Monday made himself available at the police headquarters as requested, where he was interviewed over the allegations and subsequently arrested.
Former Prime Minister and member for Yalibu Pangia, Peter ONeill, has been slapped with 3 counts of providing false evidence under oath by police following the Commission of Inquiry into the 3 billion kina UBS loan. ONeill availed himself at the police headquarters Monday morning to be questioned. He was subsequently charged and brought to the Bosco police station for formalities and then released on bail. Commissioner of Police David Manning, in a media statement, outlined the charges against Mr. ONeill. He said this is the first arrest following on from the findings of the Commission of Inquiry, and it will by no means be the last, as investigations are ongoing and not bound by time. Mr. Manning also stated that a complaint was lodged through the Office of the Commissioner of Police to investigate the findings and recommendations done by the Commission of Inquiry into the UBS loan. Manning said following further investigations by police, it was discovered that statements and information produced by Mr. ONeill between 2011 and 2019 were false and misleading when presented before the Commission and contradicted National Executive Council Policy Submission 67/2014 on financial arrangements for the state acquisition of shareholding in Oil Search Limited and state borrowing. He said from police investigations, the evidence gathered confirmed that the answers given before the Commission were flawed and untrue. However, ONeill, after being questioned by police, told a massive crowd of supporters and followers to remain calm as they will test the charges in court. Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape has lodged a formal complaint against self-proclaimed think tank Samson Komati regarding serious allegations made against Commissioner of Police David Manning and the government relating to the arrest and charges brought against Yalibu Pangia MP Peter ONeill. The PM emphasized that the principle of innocence until proven guilty stands and that speculation or debate on a matter that is before the court was unnecessary. The Prime Minister clarified that in matters involving white-collar crimes like UBS case, where Papua New Guinea suffered a loss of over 3 billion kina, it is imperative to allow the police to carry out their duties in accordance with the rule of law. With the introduction and near implementation of the Integrated Criminal Case System database of law and justice sector, this will now reinvent performance of the court cases in the country. The setup is already in place for the Boehm Correctional Services to implement once, and go-ahead is given. Jackson Kubag, jail commander for Boehm Correctional Services, said all sectors to work together to ensure that this initiative reaches its intended purposes, as it would alleviate so many discrepancies into the database system of law and justice sector.
The initiative is the way forward. I think it connects all the system together, from police to the courts to CS, and the finished product is to CBC and parole. So in the past, sometimes, one arm of the system does not work, and the others, take time, slows the system. With this ICT program, I believe everyone is connected together. No one goes in hiding. So if one arm of the system collapses or does not work, it's not functioning well, it affects the others. So I'm so grateful about this initiative. The chairman, Justice Keta, for the initiative, and this is the way forward.
The Market for Village Farmers is a government of PNG project funded by the International Fund for Agriculture Development, executed by the Department of Agriculture and implemented by Fresh Produce Development Agency. FPDA is launching and signing 16 partnership agreements with farmers in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province today. The farmers are from Morobe, Eastern Highlands, Chimbu and Western Highlands Province. The project covers 6 target provinces, including Jiwaka and East New Britain. The project aims to improve the livelihoods of farming households by facilitating their transition to market-oriented production and farming as a business. It will support the development of sustainable business partnerships in which farmers will have secure and remunerative market options, so that buyers will obtain a reliable and consistent supply of vegetables and other fresh produce. The long-awaited Emmanuel Opening Day, launching of the Salesian Mission Project, the Community Day, and the birthday celebration of the sector of Don Bosco Technical School, Father Pedro Satsitula, SDB, was celebrated on June 9, 2023. The theme was Being the Yeast, stressing that we must have an impact on our family and the community in which we live. The event was held at the Port Moresby South Stadium.
Students and staff of Don Bosco Technical School held their intramural opening day and launching of the Salesian Mission Project on Friday, June 9 at the Moresby South Stadium. Staff and students came dressed in their colorful and well-designed shirts. After the opening formalities, Rector of Don Bosco Technical School, Father Pedro Sachitula, whose birthday was being celebrated, also addressed the students, reminding them that every problem we encounter is an opportunity to foster good relationships with the Creator and our family and friends. Father Pedro then officially declared the intramural and community day open with a torch relay that signified unity and perseverance. There were a series of fun games hosted by the Savio Friends Youth Club that included a 100-meter sprint, 500-meter baseball, spin sprint, and a sack race. Every year level presented choreographed dances in a bid to be the most entertaining group. The team that drew the loudest applause was the DBTS staff. Despite the blazing sun, this day was one of the school's most memorable events. Salome Vincent, TVWan News.
In a menstrual health session given by Queensbirds and held in Masumave village in Eastern Highlands Province, women and young girls received valuable information and resources to manage their menstrual health effectively. The session, recommended and coordinated by Le Pia Landu, provided participants with a comprehensive understanding of menstrual cycles. The women engaged in their local dialect, creating a meaningful exchange of information. The event also saw the distribution of Queenspad reuse pads, Queenspads courtesy of Sir Brian Bell Foundation. The initiative contributes to the ongoing effort to normalize menstruation, empowering women and raising awareness in communities. And in sports, the hangover takeover of Sporting Region for the upcoming Regional Youth Games took place in Midday. The delegation from Collis and Partners, the PNG National Youth Development, the PNG Sports Foundation, and the Department of Community Development and Religion were excited to host the handover ceremony of the Regional Youth Games Council, flag being handed over to the Momase Regional Youth Games Committee. Sir Lady Nane Tomala, National Youth Development Authority Director General Joe Itaki, received the Games flag from the NGI Regional Youth Games Committee Chairman Conrad Kolumu and President presented it to Momase Regional Youth Games Committee, Say Lady Nane Tomala. Mr. Itake emphasized that the games was
after we do policies at a national level, like policies like sports policy, youth policy, community development policy, informal sector policy, but he get some kind of connection, leeway where all this policy implementation, it must touch him, go down to my LLG district, ward level. So after seeing that missing link along this triple policy drives, we play working long him, we put him resource together, we put him working officers together, and we have come up with these concepts.
Senior players from Port Moresby-based AFL club are investing in junior development program. Former players from the Gordon Skokofa AFL club have had an array of exposure at various levels of code, are banking on their experience and passion to develop the next AFL stars.
Led by former PNG Flames player Valerie Mai, the Gordon Skokofa AFL club has introduced a development team into the NCD Schools New Kick competition. Mai heads the development team that looks after the under 13 and 15 boys and girls teams. Speaking over the weekend, Mai had engaged Gold Coast Suns player and Papua New Guinean Hewago Ace Oya, who has had so much impact on the development program. Ace spent the weekend assisting with the training of the development team before watching them play last Saturday. Oya returned to Australia on Sunday, and if there's an opportunity, he will always return to help with the junior development in PNG. He advised the young kids to be always consistent in their plans and think about life after sports. Meanwhile, Mai said the team is currently seeking sponsors to assist in the delivery of their plans. She hopes they can get some support as the sport of AFL is changing lives in their communities. Susan Oriape, TVWan Sports.
Queensland coach Billy Slater has confirmed his lineup for Game 2 of Stage of Origin at Suncorp Stadium as his Maroon side to secure the series. Xavier coach Jeremiah Nanai and Mweki Foitaki make their return to the Origin Arena after strong performance from three at club level.
Slater's forward pack reshuffle comes amid a slate of injuries to Jai Arrow, Tom Gilbert and Selwyn Cobo. Cobo took a knock to his hip during the Maroons' Game 1 win in Adelaide and further aggravated in the Brisbane's win over Newcastle. Cobo is expected to push for selection in Game 3, while Arrow and Gilbert have been ruled out for the remainder of the series. The Titans' AJ Brimson has also come in as 18th man, replacing the Cowboys' Tom Dearden, and Corey Husbeck has been rewarded for his form for the Raiders by being named in the extended squad. It marks Coates' first Origin game since Game 1 in 2022, where he copped a sprained ankle half an hour into Queensland's stunning ball over win. Nanai played all 3 games last year in his Origin debut, while Fotu Aika returns after 2 years out of the representative setup. Susan Oriape, TVWan Sports.
And that ends the midday news. More to come at 6 this evening.